So I want to take us on a nice little journey now to support this particular eclipse window, this honest, sobering, purifying eclipse window that's helping us to heal at our root. And we're going to ask Archangel Gabriel to be with us, and also who manifested Shamuel here and Jeremiah. And I want you just to think about, before we go into this, I want you to think about an ancestor, whether they're still living or somebody in spirit that you feel has always had your back. Somebody that was or is still your greatest supporter. Who is that? Let me know in the comments. Who is that? Your greatest supporter. For me, it's my gran. She's like, I'm here. Because I want us to come into this journey with somebody. Somebody, it could be your higher self. Excuse me. Starting the alchemy already as we burp. Bring in somebody. Bring in an ancestor. And a little bit of this journey is taken from what's called a death lodge. And if you've ever done a traditional vision quest, you would have done a death lodge. And a death lodge is where you sit in circle and you literally create the circle. And you can do this if you want. We're going to do it vibrationally, but you sit in circle when it's completely dark outside, and you create either an energetic circle, or you can gather stones, and you come into that space and you bring in your supporters, like your gran, or all of your supporters, all of your guides. You can bring in your animal totems and your angels. So you're in this vortex of total support and total love. And then you call out, as you call in, that which you have unfinished business with. Whether it is a person, whether in this case it's an attachment or an energy like guilt or an addiction or fear. When I did my first Death Lodge ceremony, after I went through lots of people and situation, I called out the fear of the darkness itself. And physically, and at the time I was up in the Highlands, in the middle of a hurricane. We didn't know this before we went out in the Death Lodge. And we're called out the darkness, the fear of the darkness, these massive big red eyes. That's all I saw in the darkness, just this red eyes, physically, not in my mind's eye. You can imagine how terrifying that was. Nobody's around. I didn't have a tent, nothing, because the traditional death vision quest, you just have water for the 4 days, no food, no tent. You're just there on your own. And I called out the fear, and I saw these red eyes just looking at me, and I felt the fear, and I felt everything start to build. And I said, okay. I had a conversation, like we will in this journey. I had a conversation. When you start to have a conversation, you start to dissolve that fear, and you ask, okay, what are you giving me? Because often when we're holding on to something, it's actually giving us something. It's giving us an excuse not to do something else, like an excuse not to be seen, an excuse not to set up that business, an excuse to stay in victim conscioushood, to stay in victim mode. Or it's somehow protecting us. It's always giving us something. And once you say, okay, actually I don't need that anymore, I give you love, I give you thanks, I release you. And this is your Death Lodge. You ask what it's giving you. Is it still of value? If it's not, you say to yourself, do I want to invite you into my circle? And we can continue this, because there's still something here. There's still a co-creation. There's still something that we need to both work on or manifest or create. Or is it time for you to go? Is it time for you to be released? And it's so empowering. I recommend that you, if that calls to you to do that physically, to go out on Vision Quest, get in touch, because I can recommend the most incredible guide. He might still be leading, and if he doesn't, he'll know somebody. And he studied with all the incredible indigenous Native American tribes when he was younger, and he brought all that medicine and that knowledge over to the West, and he's an incredible man. Or we can just sample it right now and see if it's for you. But it's the perfect time now, friends. So let's just go into that space now, closing your eyes. And we're right in the energy of rebirth. Under this eclipse, full moon in Libra, a sign of balance. A sign where we can see the shadow, we can see the light. We can acknowledge all the facets of us, all the dualism, all the love, all the hate, all the shame, all the joy, everything. And appreciate everything just as it is. Coming into that greater space of balance. So please take just a few deep breaths in. Breathing in the sense of light. And releasing on your exhale everything that we've just been talking about. Some big theme that's there, big energies. Maybe things began to stir as we were talking about different aspects of what's coming up to release. But as you breathe, just allow yourself to come into a place of center. Breathing in, allowing light to fill your body. And as you breathe out, feel yourself expand. Like an accordion, you're breathing in, and as you breathe out, you're expanding. And just beginning to merge with your most expanded self, your highest awareness, which of course is your neutral awareness. The awareness of the heart. Dropping into your heart. Letting everything just be in this moment. No desire to change anything or hold on to anything. Just let everything that comes to you move through you as the breath moves through you. Feeling that sense of openness and allowance as we invite in your guardian angels to hold this space high and ensure that everything that comes to, through, from and around you is only unconditionally positive for your truth and experience and the truth and experience of all, in the name of joy and love and empowerment. Thank you, and so it is. Breathing in, feeling the presence of your guardian angels, and by extension inviting in your ancestor, inviting in their spirit to be here, the one that champions you the most, that you feel sees you, really gets you. Invite them to join this session. feeling their love. And if that's bringing you a smile, allow yourself to smile, allow your heart to smile. Know that they have your back just as the angels do, and they are here for you, wanting you to resolve what is just ready, what is ripe. The eclipse windows show us what is ripe. We also invite in Archangel Gabriel to help us to easily hear and see and understand that which is revealed, so that we can come to the highest resolve. Also Archangel Jeremiel to help us to stay in our heart, along with Archangel Shamuel to help us be direct and stand in our power. So taking a deep breath in. And then imagining in front of you is an opening. The opening gets bigger and bigger until you see it almost like a doorway or an arch, which leads you to the sacred space of your heart. And in your own time, walking over this threshold or through the doorway, closing it behind you if you feel guided, and then turning to see how your heart landscape wishes to manifest today. How is it revealing? What is alive and present in your heart space today? And we're being asked to bring in our favourite flowers. And imagine that they're so abundant, and you can breathe in and you can smell their bouquet, you can smell all the scents. I'm really smelling hyacinths and daffodils, little bluebells manifesting, little fairies, fairy energy beginning to come in for all of us. But whatever flowers have manifested for you, just enjoying their colour, enjoying their openness, their softness, knowing that the flowers work and help us to communicate with our soul and to some degree our spirit, helping us to put words to that which is normally ineffable, helping us to feel things that are normally intangible. It's just being in the company of these beautiful flowers, recognizing that your ancestor is with you and your guardian angels, and just enjoy this time in the safety and the comfort of your heart, just to be. With every breath in, moving deeper and deeper. And then we begin to come into a room in your heart. I want you to imagine or see, sense, know that another doorway is opening, and within this doorway it looks like a boardroom. There's a huge big table, lots of different seats. There's still a vase of your favourite flowers. They're still here. Their support, their colour, their radiance still here, but this is a room. This is a meeting room. So allow yourself to come into the meeting room. And allow your ancestor or more, if they're starting to gather, to take seats around you, as well as your guardian angels. Feeling Gabriel with you, Shamuel and Jeremiah, even if you've never connected with these angels, feeling your big brothers, feeling their love. That's it. Opening to them. And now we're going to sit with the energy or the person or the aspect of you that wants to communicate today. And this person or this attachment will manifest in form, and they're going to walk through the door and sit with you when you're ready. And just allow yourself just to be curious, to not force this, but just be curious to see who walks in, knowing that you are safe. So we open up that door now. And just seeing, sensing, knowing who walks in. Knowing that in this boardroom you are in control. You are the CEO. You are the chief officer, the goddess, god, priest, priestess here. And only that which you want to enter can enter this space. So seeing now the what or the who that is manifested. And just begin to open to this energy, how they are presenting. What is their clothes like? Their demeanour? If this is an aspect of you, is it a younger self? If so, what age? Is it a future self? And we're going to hold the space now with the angels for you to communicate with this aspect or this attachment or this energy and ask, what are you giving me? What are you giving me? Because they would not enter if they're not part of you. So what are they giving you? How are they serving you? Are they related to a core memory or theme or habit or pattern that you are ready to resolve? If so, what would it take for you to allow this resolve to take place? What needs to happen? Is it a matter of simply understanding what they were giving you and you deciding consciously to let go? If that is the case, please choose now whether you want to keep them in this boardroom, meaning keeping them in your life, in your consciousness, or whether you want them to leave and never return, knowing that they walk out with gratitude, in grace. What do you choose? And if they choose to leave, I'll say that again. If you choose for this aspect to leave, if you are ready, then as they walk out that door, I want you to feel the lifting that happens. It's probably from a certain space in your body, maybe a specific point or area in your body, but feel this lift. And all the cords and the roots and the webs and the attachments and the other people and the memories also leave. Also leave and lift. And we ask Archangel Raphael to step in and just soften any edges, bringing this beautiful healing balm with his light, with the energy of lavender, with the energy of hyacinth, chamomile, really soothing plant essences into these spaces and places. And let's do this process one more time for something else that is ready to be resolved. So we're just going to spray almost like angelic air freshener in the room. Just cleansing the space. Raphael, very funny, coming in, spraying that with us, and Gabriel taking a smell. Maybe you can smell that. Hyacinth seems to be really present for us today. Let's do this one more time. What else wants to come forward and sit with you in the boardroom of your awareness to go to the root of? And then when you're ready, opening the door and seeing this quality, this aspect, this version of you or version of another enter. And you are well within your sovereign authority not even to allow them to sit down. Because the angels understand that sometimes we have been wounded so much by a person, and the ego is so attached to the person because the wounding is so real, the intensity, the emotion is so real. And they want to honour that. They understand that you know that we're all connected, that there's a part of you that can see beyond the trauma. But in this boardroom, be real with just however you're feeling right now. So as they come in, ask them to stand or invite them to the table. You are in sovereign authority here. Breathing in and asking this aspect, this circumstance, story, energy, person, what they are still giving you. Are they still giving you something? If not, is it time to fully either choose to release them and the associated cords, roots and attachments, or do you want to talk with them, understand? Is there forgiveness here that needs to be shared first? So allowing whatever needs to take place now. choosing either to ask them to continue to be in your life if a resolve has happened that you feel comfortable with, that you can work with, or if you feel that you want to completely uproot them from your field, let them go in love and gratitude and grace, then see them leave the boardroom, and at the same time feel the physical shift in your body wherever you were holding on to them, or this memory, this attachment. Feel that lift from your body. As we help here with your team to uproot like an old telephone switchboard, unplugging all the cords, roots and attachments, webs, people, circumstance, stories, projections related, letting that go on all levels of time, space and dimensions now. Closing the door when you're ready off your boardroom. Bringing in ease, if it applies to you, wherever there was something removed, putting new renewed prana back in. Feeling the current of your life force circulating around you, perhaps more alive, more vibrant, more positive than before. Feeling good about what you have been able to resolve today. Giving thanks to your team, giving thanks to your ancestor or more that were here to champion you. Do they have a parting word of wisdom or a message for you? Breathing this in with their presence, with their love, coming out of the boardroom. Maybe picking one of those flowers from the sacred space of your heart and then bringing that back to you. Breathing it in. And we ask Raphael, Gabriel, Shamuel and Jeremiah just to gently step out of your field and the space, grounding everything that needs to be grounded, releasing, transforming, coming back to your center. And only when you're ready, friends, opening your eyes. Let me know how you got on with that journey. Was there just 2 or was there more that came in? It's a really amazing technique to use, and it might be something that just feels of great support within this particular eclipse window to return to, not just for this week but the whole window. And the whole window, I always feel, is 3 weeks before the eclipse window from lunar to solar, and then 3 weeks afterwards. This is the alchemy. This is the alchemy. Let me know. I'm going to read some of your comments. Many came in. Oh, wow. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm really glad that helped. This is a powerful eclipse window. Let's seize it. Let's seize all this resolve. Feel that new prana that we are creating. We're doing this for the many. How good that feels. Oh, your dad and your grandma came in. Oh, I love that. Yeah, let's honor those beautiful spirits that are helping us all the time. All right, friends. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful week. We will see you next week for Magic Monday. So much love. See you soon.